etc. Similarly, we have talks on art and culture. We would like to have our Indians to be united, be one, be proud of their culture, their heritage. We have a lot of talks where people from various walks of life have come forward and spoken about various buildings, various dance forms, etc. These are 2 examples I have given. We cover 12 causes like this in our Vishwa Talks. As a first step, we want to bring in awareness among the coming generation. Our audience is across the country and sometimes abroad too. We have a rich interactive session after the talk is given by the expert. It's for any person who watches these talks to decide what they want to believe in, what they don't want to believe in, and if they have any clarifications, they're free to ask questions. After this, we want to build the skills of the people of India. Today, India is on the cusp of moving into one of the top countries of the world. But unfortunately, the skills of our people do not match our aspirations. Here at Vishwa, we started out in a small way. We started with computer training. Fortunately for us, Rotary and some people have donated computers to us. We teach 10th class students, inter students and degree students so that when they go for jobs, they don't get rejected. We teach the basics like Excel, Doc, ChatGPT, how to market. The basics we teach because most of them cannot afford computers and they have no access to them. And similarly, we have something called celebrations. Celebrations is celebrating your loved ones on their anniversaries, on their birthdays, on their death anniversaries. You could contribute to any of the causes that Vishwa showcases on its platform vishwa.org. You could, Annadanam for instance. There are a lot of people across the country who, when they go to hospitals, they come up from far-off regions and the little money they have, they keep it aside for the treatment of the patient. They sleep on platforms, they hardly eat anything. And we give them food every afternoon on Fridays and it makes a lot of difference. There are similar such fundraisers. Please feel free to celebrate your loved ones with any of these causes.
Vishwa's commitment towards zero waste and a long way to go in achieving the goal begins with our material donation drive. Conducted twice a year during Diwali and Ugadi in Hyderabad, this drive collects clothes, books, toys and other used or semi-used items for the underprivileged. Contributions from over 615 plus families have benefited around 2,800 individuals, providing essential items and support, bringing hope and dignity to them. Through these efforts, we transform the waste of some into the treasure of others, promoting sustainability and community welfare.
Namaskar. A very good morning and welcome to Vishwa Talks. My name is Trishant and I thank you all for attending today's event on Zoom and to those watching on YouTube Live. For those of you who have attended a Vishwa Talk before, a warm welcome back. And for our new joinees, here's a little bit about us. Vishwa Talks is here to create awareness amongst people and to protect our social heritage and to let people make their own decisions. Here we invite experts to discuss and explore diverse opinions, different perspectives, various issues, problems, and their solutions on various fields, including art and culture, healthcare, environment, education, and many more. Each webinar is an interactive session with a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. If you miss any part of the session or would like to go through the previous sessions, visit our website, vishwa.org, or Vishwa Talks YouTube channel for a full library of past Vishwa Talks on various interesting topics. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker, Mr. Himanshu Tilwankar, a highly respected sustainability and environmental management expert with over 37 years of experience dedicated to protecting and preserving our environment. Mr. Tilwankar holds an MTech in Environmental Engineering from IIT Kharagpur and has served in diverse roles from state pollution control boards of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh to leading positions in the environmental consultancy, industry, and academia. His expertise spans across environmental legal compliances, air and water pollution control, sustainability reporting, EPR for plastic and e-waste, solid waste management, carbon footprinting, and steering organizations towards net zero pathways. Over the years, he has guided more than 400 projects, prepared over 200 environmental impact assessment reports, led sustainability initiatives for major industries, and worked closely with global institutions like the World Bank and KfW. His contributions include setting up recycling plants, advancing circular economy practices, and pioneering large-scale waste management systems for cities and industries alike. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Mr. Tilwankar has been a passionate educator and mentor, delivering lectures, training programs, and awareness campaigns to instill a culture of sustainability across communities and institutions. We are truly honored to have him with us today to share his deep insights and experiences on building a sustainable, resilient, and cleaner future. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Himanshu Tilwankar to Vishwa Talks. As we dive into today's interesting discussion, I would like to inform the audience that our speaker will be taking questions from you after the main talk. So please leave your questions in the chat box or use the raise hand tool and we will allow you to ask your question in person. I request everyone to turn on your webcam for the interactive part of the webinar. Request you to keep the questions concise and short. Please limit the interaction part to questions and you can share your experiences, opinions, and perspectives in the chat box. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Himanshu Tilwankar as he shares his inspiring journey and valuable insights into circular economy and plastic waste management, building a circular economy beyond single use. Morning, sir.
Morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for such a beautiful introduction. So first of all, I am thankful to the Vishwa platform, which has given to me to interact with so many people across the India. And I have been informed that number of people all over India have joined this, and it shows their interest in this subject. So I am thankful to Madam Shrivani, Trishant, Rakesh for providing me this platform and helping me in preparing this presentation. And I also welcome all the audience which is from all over India and who has shown their interest in this such a subject of circular economy and waste, zero waste management, and so many things. It will be a real pleasure to interact with all of you. So thanks a lot for everybody. And now I think basically today I will be starting my lecture on two topics. One is the plastic waste management and what are the issues with the plastic waste management, what type of problems it is creating, and what are the solutions also. And we will also discuss about the circular economy. Circular economy it's a solution for waste management. It is not a solution only for the plastic waste management, but for all the types of waste. How, with the help of circular economy, we can solve our problem of water resource conservation, and how we can reduce our waste, and how we can reduce our carbon footprint, and how we can reduce our climate change also. So all these things we will be discussing. So I request Mr. Rakesh, to please start with the presentation. Yeah, next slide, please. So first of all, we'll discuss about the plastic waste management. That is our first topic. So why plastic is so much used? First of all, we have to think why the plastic is used so a number of huge quantity of plastic waste is being used all over India, not all over India, but over the globe. So first of all, we should know. So plastic is basically why it is used so much, because it has got very low cost, it is very lightweight, it is very durable, it is very versatile, it is easy to manufacture, and it is aesthetically appealing also. So because of this beautiful properties, it's a very good material. As such, plastic is a very good material. But only thing is that it is not being disposed of properly. That is the problem. Otherwise, if we compare it with others, suppose we compare it with the glass or we compare it with some steel, then definitely the footprint, the carbon footprint required for manufacturing the steel or the glass will be much higher. The water consumption will be much higher for manufacturing steel and glass. carbon footprint will be, water consumption will be very high, power consumption will be very high. As compared to that, the carbon footprint of the plastic is very low. So it is a very good material as such. But the only problem is its proper use and proper dispose. That is creating the problem not only for the environment, but also for the human health and so many other issues also. Groundwater pollution, soil pollution, everything. We'll discuss one by one everything. So this is the reason why the plastic is used widely across the globe. Next slide, please. So there are a number of types of, first we should understand that what types of plastics are used and which of these are what are their uses and how whether they are recyclable or non-recyclable. Mostly across the globe that is divided into 7 parts. That is PET, polyethylene, tetraphthalate, HDPE, PVC, LDPE, PP and PS and others. You must have heard of number of this type of, these are very common name. So PET is just like water bottle, which you are using for Bisleri and other thing, Kinley, all these bottles are made up of PET. So then secondly, the rigid plastic, that shampoo bottles or grocery bags, that is made up of HDPE. PVC, they're like pipes or cleaning products or sheeting, that is made up of PVC. Bread bags or plastic films, that is made up of LDPE. PP, polypropylene, that is yogurt cups or straws or hangers, that is made up of polypropylene. Polystyrene foam that you must have used in decoration of during Ganesh festival or during Diwali, that is PS. And there are multi-layer plastic packaging also. So these are the 7 packaging plastics. And out of this, PET is recyclable, HDP is recyclable, PV is slightly difficult to recycle, LDP is also difficult to recycle, PP is recyclable, PS is not at all recyclable, very difficult. Others like multi-layer packaging, that is also very difficult to recycle. So these are the types of plastic which are generally used. So we should know what type of plastics are used and where it is used. So these examples I have given over here. Next slide, please. And where it is used. So first we should know, mostly it is used in packaging. If you see this graph, that flexible and rigid packaging, that is causing about 60% of that total consumption is caused by packaging only. Other sectors which are using building sector, agriculture sector, household sector, these are the sectors which are using the plastic, but mainly it is used for packaging. Next, please. So why the problem? Now we have discussed about the quantity of the plastic waste and we have discussed about various types of plastics. So now what is the problem with the plastics? Because even it is such a good material to use, then why there is a problem? The problem is because of there are number of types of plastic which are single use plastics. So they give rise to a lot of filth. A lot of garbage is being generated because a lot of solid waste is being generated. The quantity of waste is very high. And then ultimately it is also converted into slowly it is converted into microplastic. And it is causing a lot of problems to our soil and land, causing degradation of land, causing the fertility of the land to be reduced. Water bodies are totally inundated because of this plastic waste. Marine life is getting affected, and because of the burning of the plastic also, people are burning also the plastic, that public health is also getting affected. So these are the issues which causes a lot of problems to our because of the plastic waste that is generated by the people. Next. So you can see this again, current scenario, about 60% of the plastic waste is being recycled. This is thanks to our EPR policy. I will come to that. What is the EPR policy of Government of India? So because of that, the plastic waste recycling has increased to 60%. Initially, it was, before that, it was not even 10%. Now we are recycling about 60% of the plastic waste, and 40% still there is a lot to do. 40% is still going to the landfill and causing a lot of problems. So packaging is a big industry which is causing problem. E-commerce industries like Amazon, Flipkart, they are also causing a lot of problems. Urban consumption pattern. Our lifestyle is changing and we are using number of this single-use plastic things. So that is also one of the major problems that is caused because of the plastic waste management. So major problem here is the segregation of the plastic from the other waste. If it is contaminated with the food waste or other type of contamination is there, it is difficult to recycle. Even it is difficult to collect also. So basic thing we should understand, we should play our role, that we should segregate the plastic and throw it properly. Thank you. Next, please. So these are the problems which we have already discussed. The leaching of the chemicals. What is the plastic? Is basically nothing but it is a polymer of polyethylene. What is polyethylene? You must have heard of polyethylene. Polyethylene is nothing but ethylene and number of ethylene carbon compounds. Like ethylene is C2H4, that is the ethylene. And when number of these type of polyethylene is combined together, then it makes polyethylene. So it is I think everybody must have read this in 11th or 12th class about ethylene. So it is nothing but it is the combination of various things. So basically it is a chemical only. It contains a lot of your bisphenol is there. There are flame retardants are also there. There are so many toxic chemicals are also a part of. While making the plastic, you have to use number of chemicals which are toxic in nature. So ultimately, when it finds its way onto the soil, it reduces its fertility and it leads to groundwater contamination also. Then cattle ingestion, that also you can see in the picture. Toxic emission, whenever there is a burning, that causes a lot of emissions, and they are all toxic emissions. Then the filthy scene you can see on the beaches or on the ground or in the cities, that also is a very bad scene that it is creating. Aesthetically, it is bad to see the plastic waste. Next, please. Now, marine pollution is also a big problem. Plastic waste. 80% of this plastic which is going into the sea is basically from the land only. Whatever we are using, ultimately most of the plastic goes, if it is not properly managed, if it is not properly recycled, it may go into the sea. 80% of the waste plastic will go from the land sources only, and 20% is also from the ocean. That is fishing nets we are using, ships are discharging, cruises are discharging a lot of plastic into the sea. So that is also one of the problem, and ultimately it is causing problem to our aquatic life. You must have seen so many pictures on the net that ingestion of the plastic is causing a lot of problem to the fishes, to the turtles, to the tortoise, and it is causing entanglement and suffocation also to the aquatic life. So it's a big problem to the aquatic life. And even our coral reefs and water bodies are getting damaged because of this plastic pollution. So there is a lot of problem of the plastic in marine life also. Next, please. Next, please. One more thing, this microplastic is a big problem. Microplastics means very small particles of the plastic, where sometimes even it is not visible. Generally, it is less than 5 mm size, is called microplastic. But there are particles which has been found, which is less than which we cannot see. That also is causing huge problem. Like there is you must have heard of Great Pacific Garbage Patch. That is in the sea. It is about the size of the France. In the sea, there is a floating, you can say floating island. It is not island, but it is a floating garbage patch, which mostly contains plastic only. It is the size of the France, and it is on the eastern side of the California and towards the Hawaii island you must have heard of. So between the California and Hawaii, there is a large Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Is whenever you fly along that route, you can see that garbage patch, and it is of the size of nearly that of the size of the France. So very big patch, and it is because of the current and because of the pollution which we are discharging into the sea. So that is a big problem over there. So next, please. So now what has been done? This is the problem we have discussed about. This is the problem of the plastic. Now what we are doing, what Government of India is doing, and what we can do to solve this problem, let us discuss about that thing. So Government of India in the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016, then amended in 2022, then further amended in 2024. A lot of things have been done to ban the single-use plastic. So these types of plastics have already been banned by the Government of India under PWM rules. Balloon sticks, straws, packaging films, sweet boxes which are wrapped with this film, that is also banned. like invitation cards which are wrapped with the plastic, that is also banned. Plastic flags, cigarette packs which are wrapped with the plastic, earbuds or banners or candy or ice cream sticks or cutlery or the polystyrene which is used, that is completely banned by the government of India. So although still it is being used, but still it is our duty, at least as a citizen, we should take care that we should not use this type of banned items. So implementation is a problem, but still a good step taken by the government of India for banning these items. Next, please. So now what are the various regulatory framework that has been designed by Government of India? Plastic waste management rules, then selected single-use plastic, that is also been banned. That is the step taken by the Government of India. EPR, I'll come to the EPR. What is EPR? Is nothing but it is Extended Producer Responsibility Guideline. So we'll come to that. And there are local bans also. Some of the state government have banned, some of the municipal corporations have banned under the Bharat Swachh Mission, the pollution of the plastic. So these are the regulatory framework which is already in place in government of in India. So now we'll come to the EPR. A very important step taken by the government of India is EPR. So let us try to understand what is EPR. Next slide, please. So this is a concept of EPR, and this is basically what presently the producers are doing. Suppose I'll take an example of the Parle biscuit. If I take the example of Parle biscuit is basically a manufacturer of the biscuit. So now, till now, what was the responsibility of Parle biscuit? He used to have the raw material for manufacturing the biscuit. He used to have production. Then after production, the new biscuits will be produced. He will distribute in the market. The biscuits will be consumed by the consumer. We are the consumer. We will consume the biscuits. And ultimately, after the biscuit is consumed, the wrapper, the packaging that was used for the packaging is ultimately thrown into the garbage bin. So up till now, you can see the top here, the producer responsibility only was up to the selling of the biscuit. That's all, nothing more than that. But now under the concept of EPR, government has extended its responsibility. You can see that it's extended the responsibility, and it has been clearly mentioned now as per the plastic waste management rules that your responsibility does not end with the selling of the biscuit or selling of your product, but you have to take care of the waste that you are producing because of the packaging of the biscuit or packaging of your product. So ultimately, you have to collect that packaging. Municipal corporation is not responsible now to collect they can help you definitely, but they are not responsible. Parle has to collect that packaging that has been generated because of the biscuit. So they have to collect it, they have to transport it, they have to transport it to the recycler, they have to recycle it. This complete responsibility of that plastic packaging has been extended, and it has been given to the producer or to the Parle-G, as for an example. So this extended responsibility is given to the producer of the product, hence it is called as extended producer responsibility. So this is the basic concept of the EPR. So now, next slide, please. So these are the basic things which we should have. 5R strategy principle is there to solve the problem of plastic waste. Not only the plastic waste, but all types of waste can be solved because of this 5Rs. So what are these 5Rs also that we should learn, that what is the 5R? First is the refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and recovery. So what is refuse? Refuse is basically we should not use the plastic. Instead of plastic, if we use some other material which is which is biodegradable, or it can be used number of times. So that type of plastic if we use, we should try to avoid the use of plastic. That is first thing, refuse. Even if we refuse it, sometimes it is not possible to refuse it. We have to, for convenience purpose, some people are using. So try to use the minimum use we should do. Whatever the use that is, suppose we are using 10 kgs per month or 1 kg per month. So we should try to reduce this quantity, and we should bring the plastic to a minimum use only. Even if we are using that plastic, then still try to use it number of times. Like a bottle, Plastic bottle, even if it should not be used rather, but even if it is being used, it should be used number of times, so that at least single use plastic should be avoided, and we should use a plastic which can be used number of times. Recycle. Suppose plastic is being used and its consumption is increasing day by day. So whatever the waste generated after the using or after the consumption, it should be recycled and it should be converted into new products. You can see number of new products are available in the market because of the whatever the recycled products, like it is converted into granules, and then granules are converted into furniture, plastic furniture, or plastic shoes, or plastic tiles, or plastic pavers. Number of things are being manufactured by the recycled plastic. Even t-shirts are made from the recycled plastic. So number of things are there. So that is can be used. The next is the recovery. There are some plastic which cannot be recycled very easily. So what should be done with that plastic? It should be sent to, like suppose it is contaminated with food, it is difficult to recycle. Suppose it is a multi-layer plastic. Multi-layer plastic means it is containing number of layers of plastic, like Uncle Chips packet you take. So what happens in that, it is not only plastic, it is there are a lot of other metallic layers also, there are other layers also there. That's why it is called as multi-layer plastic. So it is difficult to recycle, although there are technologies available, but it is difficult to recycle. Hence we should take the help of recovery process. The recovery process means we should convert it into energy. There are number of plants which has already been installed in government India. That is in Delhi itself, there are number of plants which are using this plastic waste and converting it into energy. There are number of cement plants also which are using this plastic waste, and instead of coal now they are using this RDF, that is called refuse derived fuel, made up of mostly plastic only and other combustible material. So that is also being used to convert this waste into energy. So this is also one of the thing that can be done. So there are number of ways by which we can reduce, refuse, reuse, recycle and recover the plastic. Next, please. So these are the things which can be made from the plastic, various plastic product. After the PET bottles, there are people who are making, Reliance is making apparels from the plastic bottles. There are Indorama is also making the apparels. Milk pouches are also converted into tarpaulin. Battery cases are converted into luggage bags. PVC pipes are, then also it is also converted into shoes. So number of products are being manufactured after recycling of the plastic. So we should try to avoid the use of plastic, but even if it is necessary, we should try to give it to a registered recycler, collect it properly and reuse and make it into another product. Give it another chance. Next, please. So there are a number of technologies also. We'll not discuss much about the technologies, how it is converted, where it, how it is. But there are previously only the recycling, that is making the this granules only was used. Plastic was converted into granules, and then granules were converted into number of other products. So either it was incinerated, it was converted into granules, or it was going into the landfill. That was the conventional technology. But nowadays, new technologies have already come up, like converting into liquid fuel, converting into bitumen road, or converting into energy. So these are some of the technologies which are already in place and being used at number of places. Next. Yeah, this is the how the granules are made from this. Waste is from the plastic waste. This plastic waste is collected, it is transported, then it is sorted out, it is converted, compressed together to make it into the bales. Then shredding is done, washing is done, and ultimately the extrusion, melting of the plastic is done, and then it is converted into granules, and then granules are converted into new products. So completely reuse and recycling of the plastic waste. Next, please. This is one of the technology that is being very largely used by most of the recyclers in India. Then we are using for processing this plastic in cement kiln. We have already discussed that instead of coal, nowadays cement plants are using this plastic and RDF. So this is the complete process of using the plastic into the cement kilns, and a huge quantity of that coal is not being used. We are avoiding the coal use, which is giving rise to a lot of pollution. So that cement in cement plant, this RDF is used very frequently and very nicely. It is being used for converting, for avoiding the coal, you can say. Next, please. Roads are also being made now. This, while making the roads, people are using in south. I have seen, I have worked a lot of projects in South India, particularly in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. In that area, I have seen roads even in other parts of India also. These roads are being, while making the road, they mix bitumen and the plastics, and because of that the durability of the road has increased. Because of that, the water retaining capacity of the road has increased. So this can be used while making the roads, and it has been a very successful experiment, has been carried out in number of states in India. Next, please. So this is the second option. Third, they are converting into fuel also. There are a number of plants. I have visited one of the plants in Pune, which is converting the plastic waste into the oil. And this is the not a very, although it's not, it's an industrial oil. It cannot be used in the vehicles. It cannot be used in the cars, but it can be used by industries. A number of industries are using that fuel, which is manufactured by plastic waste. So this is the third option available with us. Next, please. Then waste to energy, we have already discussed. This waste is converted into energy. There are a lot of issues with this. Number of public protest is going on in a country, but it has been very successfully used in Sweden. It has been very successfully used in Singapore. And we are also trying to use our best technology and converting the waste into energy. So there are some issues, but it can be definitely sorted out by use of the latest technology, and this plastic waste can be converted into energy. There are 4 plants in Delhi which is already being running, and it is converting that waste into energy. So this is one of the options for plastic waste treatment. Next, please. Next, please. So it is the role everybody should play a role for. It is the, if we play our role, citizens play their role, corporates play their role, or ULBs, the municipal corporation, play their role, NGOs play their role, like Vishwa is playing their role very nicely, and students and youth play their role. There is a possibility that we can solve this problem. Citizens, what citizens have to do? They have to at least segregate and create awareness among themselves. That is the role that can be played. Corporates, they should comply with the EPR rules, so that whatever the plastic they generate, they have to reuse it completely. So that also can solve the problem to a large extent. Door-to-door collection and enforcement of the rules is the responsibility of the municipal corporations or ULB. So they should follow these rules. NGOs are playing a lot of very good role, like Vishwa, in raising the awareness and training. This is one of the programs which they are conducted. So I'm really thankful to the Vishwa platform, who is doing a great job in conducting this type of seminars and conferences to raise the awareness about the waste management. Students also in schools, they also can play a very good role for reducing the problem of plastic waste, and they can do a lot of innovations also. There are a number of schemes available by Government of India. Digital India is available, this Startup India is available, Swachh Bharat Mission also. There are a lot of fundings available for this type of students and youth who can do a lot of work. And there are thousands of youth who are already working in this sector and converting their waste into the products. So this is about the various stakeholder roles that can be used for making the plastic waste management problem. Next, please. So this is, I think we already discussed, there is a need for invest in the decentralized recycling units. We have to promote door-to-door collection. We have to incentivize the program. Whatever the people are using, whatever the new plastic technologies are being used to convert the plastic into new products, we should incentivize. The government should incentivize, or the even corporate should incentivize. And strengthen ban has been imposed on the single-use plastic. So it is the responsibility of everybody, not only the government, but everybody, to not to use the single-use plastic. And whoever are using, we have to enforce strict penalties to them. And promote bioplastic is also, there is a new You must have heard of the bioplastic or compostable plastic. So that is definitely a new development, but it should be used very rarely only. We should try to avoid this type of plastics also. But there is an option also where compostable and bioplastics are also an option, which is made up of starch or the plant-based material. Next, please. So these are alternatives. I have shown some of the alternatives. You must be knowing all these types of alternative food items, packaging items, and this glasses, cutleries. So there are a number of, even biomass is being used to make this type of items, which are biodegradable in nature and compostable in nature. Paper is being used, jute is being used, bamboo is being used. So these type of, there are a lot of things are available in the market. We should try to use this type. In Delhi and Gurgaon, I have seen number of restaurants have already started using this type of packaging instead of previously they were using plastic packaging. Now they are using this type of compostable packaging. So next, please. And these are some of the innovations that has been done by various people. So there are some of the examples. Eco bricks, you can make houses also with the bottles. There are people who are making houses with this bottles. You can see the example. Reverse vending machines also. There are vending machines which you can see on number of railway platforms or even in airports, where if you throw your plastic bottle into that vending machine, it will give you some points. You will get the points on your mobile, and that can be redeemed. You can use it for purchasing some Amazon points are there, or Flipkart points are there. You can use it, and or some um, Zio TV, you can use it for recharging your TV, OTT, and all that thing. So there are a number of incentives are there, and people are doing a lot of things for reducing the waste and reusing the waste. And biodegradable alternatives also are there, which are already, and a lot of cities have already doing this. Like Indore, I have already, I think last time also I have discussed about Indore city. Indore is doing a great job. Ambikapur is a small city, but still they are doing a great job. Surat is also doing a great job. So there are people who are doing a great job in converting the waste into wealth. So there are examples. We should take the example of these, learn from these cities and try to do our best. Next, please. So these are some of the campaigns which are being run by the NGOs. Great job done by these people also. Vishwa is also doing this type of jobs. Next, please. So next, please. Now we'll come to the circular economy. This is the solution of the problem of the not only the plastic waste, but it is the solution of all the types of waste. It is not only the solution of the waste, but it is the required for the climate change also. I'll come to that in the later slides. So what is the linear economy and what is the circular economy? So in linear economy, as I discussed, we have already discussed what the producers do. They take the raw material, they make something like, we have taken the example of Parle biscuits. They take the raw material like wheat or flour or whatever it is, they make the biscuits. The consumer uses this biscuit, and then ultimately the packaging is disposed of. So it is a linear economy. Nothing is being recycled. Although plastic has a raw material can be used number of times, but the people are not using earlier. So that is a sort of linear economy. Now what we are doing in circular economy, the difference is that we make the product, we use it, but after use it, we don't throw it. We collect that product, we transform that product into new product. So that is called the reuse and recycling of that product. So ultimately, this is a complete circle. So instead of whatever the raw materials which we are using, which we used to throw, now we have to use that raw material as a byproduct or as a product, as a new product. So that is called a circular economy. We need not to throw anything. Everything has to be used as a new raw material. So development is not related to now the raw material. It doesn't mean if you want to develop your country, you need a raw material. You don't need the raw material. You can use the same raw material which has already been used by earlier. So like that, this is the circular economy. Next, please. We'll take some examples also. Like suppose you are using mobile. You can take the next slide. if you are using mobile and after say 2 3 years or 5 years you throw your mobile, so ultimately what happens? So it contains a lot of very raw materials like plastic is there, glass is there, there is a gold is there, copper is there, silver is there, and number of other metals are there. So ultimately we are throwing these metals. Gold we are throwing. If we are throwing the mobile, it ultimately you are throwing the gold, you can say. So the basically the raw material which is used is being thrown. So nowadays, because of the EPR policy of Government of India, now the gold is to be recycled, the plastic is to be recycled, the metal is to be recycled, everything has to be recycled from the e-waste or from the mobile or from the laptop or the fridge. So this is what everything has to be recycled. So this is required. Otherwise, how we will, if we have a new gold, suppose we purchase, most of the gold is purchased from some other countries also. So this gold, if it comes, we have to pay a huge price, thousands of dollars or millions of dollars we have to pay for purchasing the gold which is used in the electronic market. But the same time we are throwing that gold into the dustbin also. So there is a need that we should take out that gold from the e-waste, or we should take out that gold from the mobile or from the laptop and ultimately use it, again reuse the same gold into making the new electronics. Instead of buying from importing the raw material from other countries, take it from the garbage only and reuse it. That is what is called as the circular economy. Next, please. So why we need it? Because what is the problem now? If we don't use it, what will happen? If we don't recycle or we don't follow the circular economy, what is going to happen to the country? Let us discuss about that also. Because if we don't use, ultimately the waste will go to the landfill, and landfill will create a lot of climatic problem, a lot of groundwater contamination problem, soil contamination problem, and huge problems. So everything, if it is going into the landfill, it is causing a lot of problems. So waste will increase. But and secondly, at the same time, we are having a limited resources. We have limited water, we have limited energy, we have limited coal, we have limited iron ore, we have limited aluminum ore. Everything is limited. So we cannot go on using the same thing again, same thing, whatever is available in the nature. So what we have to do, we need not to, if we want to make say steel, don't make steel by using the ores. Make steel now again by using the same steel which was manufactured 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Reuse it, melt it, again refine it and reuse it. So don't use ores. That is what is the basic idea behind this. We don't have coal. Coal will be petroleum products. They are limited. Coal is limited. So our future generation will not have that coal, and we may not have the crude oil or whatever it is. So it has to be, we have to preserve it. We have to preserve our resources and reuse again and again, so that it can, the life of the coal or other resources can be increased for our children's also, for our future generations also. That is also. Then climate change. Suppose I make steel by using the ore. I have to use large amount of water, I have to use large amount of power, I have to use large amount of other resources to make the steel. So it is a lot of carbon emission will be there. So that is causing a lot of problem to our climate. The temperature is increased, flooding is there, cyclones are there, so many things are there because of that climate change. So we should not use the same raw material for using this, making the steel. Instead, whatever the steel is there, that is available as a scrap, that should be recycled and made back into the economy. So that is called a circular economy, and that will cause lesser carbon footprint, less amount of power will be required, less amount of water will be required, less amount of resources will be required. So this is not only this, but also saves money also. You will get the cheaper products. Whatever the steel that is available, that will be costly if it is made from the raw materials, or if it is made from the steel, then it will be cheaper. So it will save the cost also. Then it will create a lot of jobs also. In plastic also, I am saying that about more than 10 lakh people have got the job because of this rule. Plastic waste management rules, because of this, thousands of recyclers are already, they have put up their plant in India, and they are giving to jobs to many people, and maybe nearly in the range of lakhs of people are getting the jobs because of this recycling. Similarly, in e-waste sector, battery waste sector, these all are getting, new jobs are getting created because of this recycling. Next, please. So next, please. I will not go into this. So now, what are the corporates or what are the industries are doing to adopt the circular economy? I'll give some examples of this thing in 5-10 minutes, and then we'll close this. So there are business models which are very useful for making the circular economy a success. And a lot of people are adopting this. And how they are adopting this, let us discuss one by one that what are the models which are creating a lot of buzz around the world. And these are some of the models which are used by a number of industries. Let us come one by one to them. So I'll come in the next slide, please. So come to the next slide. I will explain everything. What are the business models? Until unless it is financially viable proposal, nobody will go for circular economy. So circular economy has to be business viable, should make a business sense only. Then only it will be a success. Otherwise, nobody will adopt the circular economy. So it is a business success, and it has been adopted by a number of corporate and industries. So I'm giving some of the examples like circular supply chain. This is one of the example by which the circular economy is being used by a number of corporates like Unilever. Now, what Unilever was doing, it is using 100% recycled plastic in packaging. Now, as per the new rule also, whatever the plastic packaging you are making, that has to be, some amount of recycled plastic has also to be used. So they are using in packaging, 100% of the plastic packaging is being used by Unilever in some of the countries. India, it is about nearly 50%. Now it will increase by, within next 5 years, it will increase to 60%, then 70%. Like this, the rule says that you have to use recycled plastic in your packaging. And people have started using, number of corporates have already started using. Tata Steel is also using scrap now for making the steel. Nike, you must have heard of this brand, very famous footwear brand. So they are using recycled plastic and use recycled polyester to make their shoes, and the fashion wear also. And it is very, even it is sold at a much higher cost, and it is very popular brand. And it is used, I think the cost of this recycled shoes is much more than the original shoes. So very, because of the people are using the sustainable type of shoes, so they are preferring this type of thing. Number of countries are using this type of, and the market is growing like anything, this recycled plastic shoes or recycled polyester shoes. Fulco, that is also one of the company that is using temple flowers and converting it into bio leather or incense sticks. So this is also one of the example of the circular economy by using the circular supply chain. Next, please. Then Coca-Cola, that Coca-Cola is using PET bottles. A lot of plastic is, it is one of the biggest plastic waste user is the Coca-Cola. But now they have decided that we will use 50% recycled PET bottles. So whatever the PET bottles which were initially, which were earlier used, manufactured by original resins of plastic, now they are using 50% recycled plastics. So that is also a good thing they are doing. Dell Technology also is using marine plastic actually for laptop packaging. Secondly, Ambuja Cement is co-processing their, whatever the coal they were using, now they are using plastic waste for burning for making the cement. This Banyan Nation, that is also using a lot of plastic, recycling the plastic and converting it into some good products. So these are the recycling and recovery methods used by a number of corporates and successfully. And it's a successful business model also. It is not only just for the sake of sustainability they are doing, that is a good business model also. Next, please. Now, product life extension. That means whatever the products you are using, you should use it for longer time. Like mobile you are using it mobile for 2 years or 3 years. I think you should use it for 5 years or 10 years also, because you should extend it. It is not that just because some of the features have changed, you should not throw it. It is still very useful. Should try to use a product which is, you can use it for longer period. So make a product which is a longer period, which can be used for number of times or for a larger lifespan. IKEA. This I'll give some example. IKEA. So what they are doing, they are even if you don't want to, suppose you want to change your furnitures or sofa or the chairs, they will take back. IKEA will take back that chair and will convert it into some good furniture, and then again they will sell it at a reduced price. So instead of this waste furniture going into the landfill, it is being reused and reused, and the lifespan has increased. So definitely the waste will decrease. Apple is also doing. They are also taking their old phones and then converting into new phones by repairing and refurbishing. So instead of throwing the waste, we should not use this type of clothes we are using. Clothes we are using 5, 10 times and then changing it. That's not a good practice actually. We should use the clothes till their life. We should use the clothes which are having a good better lifespan rather than using for a small lifespan of 5, 10 times only and then changing our clothes. So that is not a good practice for the climate change, for the earth and for the environment. Michelin, that is a tire manufacturing company, that is also using that whatever the tire they are, which is not good for the further use, they retrade it and then reuse it. So like this, they are doing a lot of examples are there of circular economy. Repair cafe, like number of startup have come up in India who are refurbishing the furniture, refurbishing the electronics, refurbishing the electrical parts, and converting their increasing their lifespan. So next, please. Then sharing platform, that is also one of the very good idea how to share your resources. So like Airbnb, that is also one of the platform where the same house is used instead of hotel making new hotels. The one house which is vacant, lying vacant, can be used by Airbnb, and number of people can stay over there. So there is no need to make new hotels. Making hotels means a lot of infrastructure development. Infrastructure will take place. A lot of cement will be required. A lot of these things will be required. But the same, if it can be done by vacant plots or vacant houses, then it can be used by number of people. It's a sharing of the Ola, Uber. Instead of having number of cars, people are having in Delhi, I have seen number of people are having 2 or 3 cars. So instead of having number of cars, they can use Ola and Uber. It's a sharing platform where we can use this vehicles for transporting. Instead of using our own vehicle, we use this vehicle. So there's no need to make so many vehicles for each and every family. WeWork, again, the co-working space is available, which can be used by number of people. Instead of buying a new office for everybody, we can use the co-working space. So these are some of the examples. Next, please. This is very good example of product as a service. Nowadays, people are not interested in selling their products. Instead of product, they are selling their services. Suppose you want to buy a light, or you want to buy a tube light. So Philips will not sell you the tube light, they will sell you the light, the illumination rather. So they will not, they will say, just you take my tube light or my LED bulb or whatever this is thing, and they will ultimately, after suppose it is after 5 years it is not working, then they will take back that thing and then replace it by a new bulb. So whatever your purpose is of the lighting, that will be served, and whatever the material that is being used in manufacturing the bulb or light or LED, that is again reused by the Philips for their second life. So instead of that bulb is going into the landfill, it is being used by Philips again for some other purposes. Rolls-Royce, they are not selling their engine, but they are saying that you take our engines and give it to me back. Even if it is damaged, no problem, I will repair it and reuse it. So people are photocopier machine, if you can take the example. Now people are not buying the photocopying machine. There are a number of examples where the photocopy machine will be put into your office. You can use it. Whatever the number of prints you are using, you have to pay for that. And then after, suppose it is not working, they will repair it. They will change it. And that same thing will be reused and repaired and will be reused. So this is a very good example of the product is not sold. Like RO is not being sold. Now you say number of people have come up with the model, like we will sell the water only, not the RO machine. I have seen recently, I have seen an example of this Hector, I think MG Hector cars. They are whatever previously they used to sell the car at a rate of say 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. Now they say the same car will be sold at a rate of 10 lakhs only, but the battery will not be a part of it. battery will be given to you on a rental basis. So whatever the battery you will be using, that will be charged per kilometer. So instead of 15 lakh cars, you will be getting a car for 10 lakhs only, and then you have to pay for the battery as a rent, depending upon the number of kilometers you use. So both, it's a win-win situation, and the battery will be taken back by the car manufacturer, and then they will reuse it, that battery. So these are the things, a lot of examples are there. We can take use of, we can make a very good business model from these examples. Next, please. So I have given some example here, just for 1 minute. I will take this gold. I will take the example of the gold, which can be taken out from the washing machine, refrigerator, LCD TV, desktop, laptop. So huge amount of gold is being used. 1 ton of the gold, if we take it from the ore, it will give you only 1 to 1.4 grams. But if we take 1 ton of PCB from the laptop or from the mobile, it will give about 630 grams of gold. So we have to reuse that gold, and then what will be the cost that will be saved, and what will be the economy that will be developed because of this reuse of the gold? That will be shown in the next slide, please. Next slide, please. So here we have done the calculation, and we found that even if 3% of the PCB's e-waste is being used, so it will give rise to about $1 billion opportunity. 220 tons of gold we are wasting into our landfill if we are not recovering the gold from it. So huge economical benefits, and we need not to import the gold from other countries for this manufacturing the laptop and for the mobile phones. So huge benefit. That's again make a business sense here also. Next, please. Plastic also, I have done some calculations here. And plastic, if you recycle the plastic, what you will do? First of all, you will get good products also, new products, and plus you will be able to save the land which was ultimately, it was going into the landfill, and it was occupying, like you have seen in the Delhi, huge area has been occupied in Delhi itself, which is the cost of the land here must be in thousands of crores. So that land is occupied by the landfill. So that land you are wasting. So if you don't waste that land, and if you don't put this your plastic waste into the landfill and reuse it instead, then you can save this much amount of land. That calculations we have done, which is costing in thousands of crores. Similarly, you will get a lot of employments. 0.4 jobs are created by 1 ton of recycling of the waste. So if we 31 lakh tons of waste we recycle, you will get 13 lakhs of jobs in India itself because of the recycling. So it is not only a business sense, but it is a lot of job creation because of the recycling of the plastic waste. So next, please. So very few slides are remaining. So now already India has taken place a lot of action on these plastic waste. I have already discussed about the plastic waste rules. There is a e-waste rule also. There is a battery waste rule also. There is a construction and demolition waste rules also. Means now the construction and demolition, suppose developer like DLF or Unitech or Pashnath, whoever is Godrej or Prestige developer, whatever the waste they are generating, they have to, at the site of the construction, they have to take back their waste, and they have to convert it into the tiles, or they have to convert it into aggregates, or they have to convert it into sand. Now it is compulsory. This rule has recently come in 2025 only, that every developer, if the area is more than 5,000 square meter, 20,000 square meter, then it will have to recycle their construction waste. Similarly, for battery waste, this rule is there. Next, there are a number of new rules which are in the coming days. The Niti Aayog has decided this policy. There are so many rules which are coming in next few years, or maybe in 1 or 2 years only it will come. Like packaging waste rule, EPR means all packaging, even if it is you are packing in glass, or you are packaging in tin, or you are packaging in your plastic or in paper, everything has to be collected back and recycled. So that waste, that rule is coming. Then non-ferrous metals, if you are doing non-ferrous metal production, that is also will be covered under the waste. End of the vehicle. Now car also, if you are purchasing a car, you have to recycle. That manufacturer has got the responsibility to recycle that car after 15 or 20 years when it got completely of no use. Then it has to be recycled. Liquid waste also is there. Then oil also has to be recycled. The new, I think one more is coming in very shortly, within a year or so. We are expecting that textile waste is also, EPR is also coming. The whatever the shirts or jeans, whatever you are wearing, and whoever is the manufacturer, it will be the responsibility of that manufacturer to take back that jeans and to take back that shirt and recycle and convert it into some new product. So there are so many things we are doing. Our India is on a, the government of India is doing a lot of things for circular economy. These are all parts of circular economy that we wanted to discuss. So next, please. So, and now what we can do. This is the government of India is doing. Now, as a citizens, what we can do, what I can do, what you can do. So these are some of the points I have suggested. So use cloth bag instead of plastic bags, segregate the dry waste and wet waste, because if you don't segregate, then it will not be possible to recycle it. Very difficult. You should have a compost kitchen. Even if you are having a flat, small balcony also, you can, whatever the food waste that you are generating from your kitchens, you can convert it into compost and use it in garden. So no need to give it to the municipal corporation, any waste. Most of the waste you can reuse in your own colony or in your own township. Donate the recycling. Try to generate, try to donate old cloths. Either instead of throwing it, generate, throwing it, donate it and reuse it rather. Repair the old paper. Instead of using mobile phone for 3 or 4 years, use it for 5 or 10 years. Kitchen composting, that we have already. Clothes also you can upcycle the clothes. Electronic also sell to, even if it is sold, it has to be sold to a authorized dealer. Don't sell it to anybody kabadi wala. Sell it to authorized dealer. Chroma is using, I think Chroma has got its, Reliance Digital has got that thing. Then number of big digital, electronic shops are taking back their electronic waste and they are giving it to the authorized recyclers. So like this, there are transport also, you should use a shared mobility, if possible, use cycle or walks. So instead of using the cars every day for small distances, you should try to use cycle or even walk too. So these are the things which we can do for circular economy, for our planet, for the reduction of carbon emission and reduction of the temperature rise that is going to take place in near future. So we can play a great role in this. Next, please. So that's all about the circular economy. So I think I have taken slightly more time, which was allotted to me. I'm sorry for that. But anyway, any questions which you can ask? I will now hand over it to Mr. Rakesh or Mr. Trishant, who can take the questions and then we'll take the reply.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful presentation. It was very elaborate and very well presented. I'll cover a few key points that you covered during the session: plastic waste problems, and then government initiatives, plastic waste management rules, extended producer responsibility policy, solutions to plastic waste, 5R strategy, various recycling technologies, waste to energy plants, promoting alternatives. You mentioned about the circular economy, moving from a linear economy to a circular economy, business models for a circular economy, benefits that the holders can attain, citizens, corporations, municipal bodies, NGOs, students and youth, what they can do. And you have also emphasized the circular economy is both environmentally necessary and economically viable, creating jobs while reducing waste and resource consumption. Thank you so much, sir, for the super elaborate PPT. Before we move on to the Q&A, I'd like to take just 30 seconds of everyone's time for a quick poll. This will help us get to know you better and tailor future topics that we bring to you. And a big thanks to everybody who's been a part of this session. Your participation makes this webinar a success. While you fill out the poll, I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Himanshu Tilwankar, for sharing his valuable time and insights with us. So while you're answering the poll questions, I'm quickly going to mention about the next talk. We have Ms. Manisha Dayanand, founder and lead consultant of Shrishti Hyderabad. She's going to speak on 27th September 2025, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the topic Aging Well, Strengthening Cognitive and Emotional Well-Being at the Age after the age of 60 years. Rakesh is going to be sharing the registration link of this talk in the chat box. Also,
I'd
you
like to
can.
add a little bit here.
Shama.
So, all of us have old people at home, and in the Western area, it's very common for as we age to move into old age homes or go into old age communities. India is now on the pathway to go into that space. Now, we are a civilization of thousands of years, and we had a culture where grandparents and grandchildren lived in the same house. This is drastically changing in our society, and we need to address it. This is an extremely important topic about how to deal with the well-being of the elderly, how to support them, how to support ourselves while taking care of the elderly, and how to ensure that the culture that we had for the last thousands of years doesn't disappear. This is a very pertinent and important topic, and most of our times the WhatsApp and the Instagram and the Facebook ads don't go. So my request is please share with everybody and all your circles to ensure this talk is publicized, and we together protect our civilization, and we give an opportunity that some aged person is being taken care of across our country or the world. Yes, this is a request. Yeah. Trishant, you can move on.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, post 27th, we have Ms. Satya Huzrok from ARDSI Hyderabad. She's going to be speaking on Alzheimer's, or one of the social psychological issue related problems, dementia, or either one of those. We are yet to receive the details from her. We'll upload it on our website as soon as we confirm the topic. Kindly stay tuned onto vishwa.org. With that, I'd like to now invite Shravani ma'am to initiate the Q&A session.
Namaste. This is Srivani, and like to thank Mr. Himanshu Tilwankar. This is not just a topic for information. This is a topic where society requires awareness immediately, and where action is taken as of probably 30 years ago in India. And the way you have explained every aspect of the plastics was very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks to all the audience for participating in such an important topic. It shows your passion, and I hope that each of you in your own circles would make a difference. Mr. Shumail, would you like to ask? Shall I continue the questions, Trishant? Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Shumail,
ma'am.
would you like to ask your question?
Yeah, thank you very much. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much on very interesting presentation. And I want to ask a question. How, according to your opinion, recycling plastic waste can support resolution problems of poverty and social inequality? How recycling plastic waste can support improvement social and economic well-being?
Yeah, whatever the circular economy we have discussed, that is not only meant for reusing the resources, but it also generates a lot of, as I said, a lot of employment has been generated, and the lifestyle of the people, which were earlier They were using without the PPEs, like personal protective equipments were not used earlier. And now, with this circular economy and because of these laws of the government of India, now these people are generating more income and using it in a very safe manner. So basically, it is for the purpose of the social cause also. The circular economy is also generating employment, generating a lot of this personal protection also for the people of the who are rag pickers, who were rag pickers earlier and they were collecting the waste without any safety. Now they are using it properly. In Pune also I have seen, in Indore also I have seen, the people are earning more income from this only. So definitely it is for the betterment of the people.
So I would like to add a little bit here. In our cities and towns, mostly the landfills are closer to the people who are socially unprivileged. So, bringing in a circular economy, bringing in strong legal policies will definitely uh, improve the environment where the socially unprivileged are living. So, that is a need of the hour. Actions are being taken, they are not sufficient. It has to be pushed, is one thing. Another thing that is happening is, I might be repeating myself, but India originally had a very strong culture. Whether you were financially unprivileged or privileged, all of the Indians eat the same food, have the same cultural practices while following a lifestyle. With westernization, the socially unprivileged today think it's greater to use a shampoo and a soap than to use the traditional basin that they used to use. So it's greater to buy a kurkure packet and give the child, or a biscuit packet and give the child, than to give a peanut biscuit, or or a sesame biscuit, which was very common in the olden days. So there is a whole lot of cultural change which has taken place, which is actually uh, killing the nutrition of the unprivileged, bringing back this social economy, bringing back awareness in protecting the environment, and bringing back the awareness about why it is important to maintain our trees and all. It is this awareness and drive and this action which the government is taking is definitely going to impact. We may not see it today, but I'm sure this will bring in a lot of change in India in the next 10 years. Do I answer your question, Shmuel?
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, of
yes,
course.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
There's
ma'am.
the second question I have is, how do we stop illegal production of various plastic products?
Illegal means you want to say the single-use plastic. That is
Yes.
illegal, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, it's a proper enforcement is required. And secondly, as a citizen, it is my responsibility to not to use this type of product. Suppose a straw is banned, I should not use straw, plastic straw rather. If it has been banned that sweets which are covered with the plastic layer, if I am not using, definitely automatically it will stop. They will not use the this plastic film on the invitation card. Don't take the invitation. Don't make the invitation card which is wrapped with the plastic. Don't use that. Don't use the flag. So it is also my responsibility. Plus, secondly, definitely it is the implementation. At the moment, the ULBs are not. I have worked with number of ULBs. I have worked with number of municipal corporations, and they are not properly equipped to take care of this type of thing. They are not even technically qualified to take care of this type of issues. So proper implementation and proper capacity building of the ULB is also very important. So once we build the capacity, may generate awareness among the people, these type of problems can be definitely solved. Pollution Control Board has got all the powers to cut down the electricity and power of this industries who are manufacturing this thing. They have all the power under Water Act 1974, under Air Act 1981. They have the power that they can cut down this type of, immediately they can close down the units. So they should use it, this powers.
Is there any call button that the government has where we can report anybody using single-use plastics?
Yes, yes. There are a number of apps. It has already been. I was there in Chennai. I have seen in Tambaram. I have working while I was there. So there are whatever the complaints you have, you can definitely post them on that app, and definitely they will be taking that action on that app, and very easily you can do that. It's very easy to do that, rather, because of this digital edge. You can do anywhere, and most of the cities now they have the app for any sort of grievances you have. You can use that app for this, whatever the problems are there, you can use this for any grievances.
Okay. If anybody wants to start a unit in their village or town uh, for for treating the municipal solid waste segregation, what is the process?
Process is not very difficult. Actually, first of all, it's not only just putting the thing. First of all, you should try to make aware the people who are, suppose you are in a small town. First, try to assess whether this type of things are easily possible. The people are willing to do it or not. So try to that. Then once this you are easily, then first of all thing is segregation. You have to train the people that they should segregate the waste. Then there should be a proper mechanism for door to door collection. Suppose you want to do it in a colony, then door to door collection is very important, and collection should be in 2 or 3 bins. Actually, properly collection in wet waste should be collected properly separately. Dry waste should be collected separately, and hazardous waste should be collected separately. So once all these things are in place, then you can put up your unit. You assess how much amount of this waste will be generated from that area. Then accordingly you buy the machines. Recycling machines are easily available, composting machines are easily available, and find out your return on investment, everything, whatever the business model you have to prepare. So, and so you have to take some permissions also from Pollution Control Board and from the local authorities. So that's not a very difficult. The investment is also not very high. There are a number of schemes in which Government of India is supporting, the state government is supporting this type of recycling initiatives.
What kind of subsidies or tax benefits is the government giving?
Then, like GST also, this time you must have seen in this, but recently the GST has been reduced for this type of equipments. And plus, there are this Swachh Bharat mission also, there are subsidies available. And CSR funds are also available. And there are a number of state government is also giving a lot of funds for this type of initiatives.
And why is it that the government is not encouraging local businessmen to put, instead saying that one businessman will take over the entire state and do recycling and segregation and all? What is the reason?
One man in the whole state, you are saying?
Yes, like
Or, no, it is
Andhra
not. It
government
is
was saying they'll give it
because
to
of
some
this
parties.
actually, no, it is not possible to do the centralized system. Now the government is promoting the decentralized system actually. Rather, whatever the composting you are doing, instead of doing at one place, now because it is very difficult to take that waste from one place to a common place at a centralized place. It is better to use the number of gardens are there, number of parks are there, number of schools are there. You use that waste, treat that waste over there itself. So you need not to transport that waste to a larger distance of 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer. So it is always better to use the decentralized system of the waste model, which
Is
will
there
give.
any rule like that every 3 kilometers or something the way should
No,
be?
there is no such rule, but definitely it's a financially it is not viable to take that waste to a 20 kilometer or 30 kilometer distance. It is always suggested to make it a viable proposition, you have to keep the distance minimum. So
So
it is a decentralized system only which will work, not the centralized system.
when people take permission from the local authorities, does the local authority pay them to do it, or is it a build, operate, transfer kind of a
There are
business?
different models are there actually. There are number of places I have seen the government of this ULB is providing them some land free of cost. You put up your composting plant or the MRF, that is multi-material recovery facility, on the landfill itself. They will give some land, say 1 acre or half acre, the land that will be given to you. You can put up their plant, or even they will give you the parks or gardens of the municipal corporation. There you can put, and then this will be a sort of a joint venture between, you have to share the profit from them also in that case. So
And
there are different models available.
what happens to the segregation part of it? Who manages it?
It is basically, it is the duty of the municipal corporation as per the law. As per the municipal solid waste rules, if you see, it is the municipal corporation who is responsible for door-to-door waste collection, and from the door-to-door waste collection, and it is the responsibility of our citizens also to segregate the waste. So if as a citizens I am not segregating, then ULB can put up a fine to me, or they can say that I will not collect your waste from tomorrow. So like there is a provision, clear-cut provision in the law itself.
Okay. Mr. Dinesh Kumar, can you come on video and unmute yourself to ask your question? Yeah. So next question is, may we get a list of manufacturing units or NGOs collecting plastic waste and sending further for processing?
What's the catch?
There are number of actually there are must be, at least if you go to the pollution control board sites, websites, every state has got its own list, or even ULB has got own list, that who are the bulk waste generator, who are the contractors, and pollution control website of the states, MP pollution control board or Himachal or Delhi pollution control committee, everybody, the list is available on their website. You can easily find out that list.
Okay. Mr. Dinesh Kumar, can you ask?
Yeah, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Yeah.
sir. Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon, Mr. Dinesh.
Yeah, good afternoon, Himanshu, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
So my question is, which type of compost is better, machine-made or naturally made? That is windrow composting. Or yeah, first part of question. Second part of question, does we lose the CM ratio, that is 30:1 in machine composting?
Which type of, actually it depends upon the characteristics of the waste. There are a number of technologies in composting. Windrow composting is a different thing. Generally, it is used by cities on a landfill site where the waste is mixed type of waste. If suppose it is a food waste generated from a restaurant, then definitely we should go for a machine based composting, where you can get a lot of good quality of compost, because it is in our control. But once it is mixed with so many other types of waste, then it is difficult to compost. So better to go for this windrow composting.
Right, sir.
Right.
CM ratio में किस तरह के impact आती है क्या?
C/N ratio is also 25:30 should be
No,
C/N ratio.
30:1,
you
sir.
keep,
30:1.
if you keep that C/N ratio in the range of 25:30, then it will give you a very good quality of compost.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Do you offer consultancy services for people to put these kind of projects?
Yes, we can offer.
Okay. Next, do you have any further questions, Mr. Dinesh?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Anand Dhole is asking this.
Yeah.
Please explain the flow of money. If Bisleri submitted money to government under EPR, how it will be transferred to local civics body who are collecting plastic waste?
No, EPR, how it works, I will tell you how EPR works. Actually, EPR means from where? Actually, suppose I am putting in a recycling plant. So I need a lot of money for recycling the plastic waste. So from where I will get the money? I will get the money from either brand owner, like Parle. I said I have given the example of Parle or Surf Excel or Hindustan Lever or Nestle or whatever it is. So I will get the money from them because they are responsible. As per the law, it is the responsibility of the manufacturer. So they will pay the money to a recycler, and the recycler will actually collect that waste. And when it will collect that waste, it will ultimately be recycled and converted into a new product. But there is a role of municipal corporation also, because you cannot collect. As a recycler, I can run the factory, but I cannot collect the plastic waste from the door-to-door collection. So what I will do, I will give, suppose Parle-G is giving me 100 rupees per ton, suppose. So instead of out of 100 rupees, some portion of that I will give it to the municipal corporation, because they are doing the collection for me. So whoever the rag pickers are there or the municipal corporation there, the 100 rupees which I have received from Parle-G, and plus secondly, I will be receiving the money from the selling of my product also. Suppose I make a second-hand shoe, or I make a furniture from that plastic, I will get the revenue from that also. So I will get the revenue from two sources. One is from the brand owner who is responsible for doing this EPR, and secondly by selling my product which I made out of plastic waste. So I have two revenue, but I will have to share this revenue with rag pickers or with the NGOs or with the ULP or with the municipal corporation. So out of that 100 rupees revenue I am collecting, I will give some portion to ULP. because they have collected my plastic waste and I have got it from the ULB. So some say maybe 30 rupees, 40 rupees, I'll give it to ULB. So accordingly, ULB will also get the money from that. That's what I wanted.
Is there any kind of a mafia with the Rag Pickers Association?
Yeah, it is there everywhere. You have to fight, deal with that.
Is there any regulation which regulates? Because, you know, when they demand a householder 1,000 rupees saying, if you don't give 1,000, I will not take your waste. And then he doesn't take the waste here. And then he sells the waste. He makes a lakh or two. But he's also...
It is for the ULB. No, it is for the municipal corporation to resolve this type of issues. There are issues, this type of issues. Practical issues are there. But I think the people... there are a number of the stakeholder consultations are taking place, and there are a number of grievances redressal platforms also. So you should take this type of problems to the ULBs, to the redressal platforms, and this type of problems can be solved over there.
What is a ULP?
ULB is urban local bodies, that is municipal corporation.
So what happens is, by not regulating this field, we are not allowing segregation. If we actually regulate the Rag Pickers Association field, there is a possibility that segregation would be better and the amount of items going into incinerators would come down, and the land that is being used in the landfills will come down. There's a need for a regulation. How is the thought process in the government on this issue?
Regulation, actually there is you can see there are a number of examples in Indore, I have seen, in Pune I have seen. They have been a part of the system now. Now, if you make them as a part of, instead of competing with them, make them a part of your system. In Indore, it is a part of the system. In Pune, it is a part of the system. Rag pickers are the part of the system. So you give them the money, whatever the earning. Previously, these rag pickers were earning, say, 300 rupees per day or 400 rupees per day. Now, because of the system, now they are earning 1,000 rupees per day.
They are earning 80,000 rupees per month.
So that is, just I'm giving an example. So definitely you have to make them as a part of the system. And take them into confidence. Take them into confidence. Take their help. They are our heroes. They are our heroes. They are helping us. So why not to make them as a part of our system?
No, they should definitely be made a part of the system. But regulation has to be brought in here to ensure.
At ULB level, it can be made. Yes, there is because these are the regulations made by Government of India. The act is made by the Government of India, but the rules are made by the local bodies, the municipal corporation. So they have all the powers to make that rules. So this municipal corporation can also make their rules for this type of issues.
Next question. May we get a list of manufacturing units or NGOs collecting plastic waste and sending further for processing? Have I asked this question?
Yes, we have already done.
Okay. Next, Anand Dhule, please explain the flow of money. Bisleri, okay, this also is answered.
This also I answered.
Every day, millions of milk pouches of plastics are sold in every city. No system for recycle and reuse. Why circular model is not imposed on all these cooperative sector dairy?
No, it is there. Everybody, like all this dairies, they are. I have seen. I'm consultant to one of the dairies in Uttar Pradesh, and they are doing all the things what can be done for implementing the EPR. So actually, may not be. It is actually as such the plastic which is generated by dairy. That is not treated separately. It is a part of the total plastic waste. So suppose a dairy is generating about 100 tons of plastic waste. So they may not collect that 100 ton of that pouches, but they will collect the 100 tons of the total plastic waste from anywhere in India. It's a geographically neutral. If you collect that plastic waste from anywhere in India, your EPR compliance is done. So most of the dairies I have seen, they are implementing the EPR and collecting the plastic and recycling that.
Okay. Mr. Amit Joshi, would you like to ask a question?
Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
I'm audible, sir. Sir, very, very nice, very fantastic seminar. I have seen this. And I congratulate to you and the team of Vishwa for conducting such type of seminar. Sir, I belong to the place called Indore, which you are continuously quoting right now. And one thing which I have seen at a place like Indore and Ujjain, we have got a system of door-to-door collection of the waste. In the same way, but still we are waiting for some incentivization. This is the 6th time when Indore has achieved the award of Cleanest City of India. But did government, why don't they come up and say that if some district or some place is doing like this, they are collecting it, they are generating the economy. Why don't they incentivize them for going further for the other districts also as well? So what can
Incentivize to
incentivize economically when they see we are helping to the circular economy, we are building circular economy, we are helping the GDP of the country at the same time. Then why should the government should not give us some more incentive? Yes, you are doing it,
Nahin,
so this will be.
there are number of schemes available. Swachh Bharat Mission, it is not only the money is given to Indore, it is given to all the municipal corporation. They have to use it properly. That is what the difference is, only that it has not been implemented. Under Swachh Bharat Mission, the thousands of crores of rupees are available for all the ULPs. It is not for the Indore only. Only the thing is, it has to be properly implemented. It has to be properly, the people who are implementing should be properly trained, and capacity building is required to be done. Plus, people are more aware. I am also from Indore only, and I have seen the people are more aware about their roles and responsibility and discipline. So that is the only difference. Otherwise, money-wise or incentivization, there is no difference between Indore and other things.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is from Mr. Krishna Chaitanya AVS. Is it safe to use plastic to manufacture apparels and laying roads?
Yes, it is being very common. Reliance is using that plastic bottles, PET bottles are being used. Nowadays, even our Prime Minister Modi, he is also wearing that jacket which is made up of the recycled plastic. So very commonly used. Nowadays, it is very, and it is very costly affair also. It's very costly. They are selling at a very premium price. So number of people are making this from plastic waste only.
This question is from Sashikir Chowdhury. As burning plastic waste is associated with emission of poisonous gases, does conversion of plastic to energy have any air pollution concern?
Yes, definitely that is the biggest problem with the burning of the plastic waste. It generates dioxins and number of toxic emissions are there. But as from the new technology which is available, there we can, if we burn it at a temperature of more than 1000 or 1200 degrees, this dioxins and the toxic waste is completely eliminated. Then we have to provide the electrostatic precipitator, we have to provide the acid fumes control systems, we have to provide the particulate matter control system. So there it is being done in Sweden, it is being done in Singapore. So why it cannot be done in India also? So if you adopt that technology, these emissions can be controlled and it can be brought to the standard norms.
How many
Very
places
easy.
in India have incinerators above 1000 degrees or 1200 degrees?
Most of the incinerator nowadays, because you will not get the consent to operate that waste to energy plant until you have that system with you.
The
So
Lucknow
whatever.
they're saying the Lucknow has been very successful in this. What is your take on Lucknow?
Yes, there are a number of, yes, definitely the new systems which are being installed, the new energy plants which are being installed, they are adopting the new technologies. So definitely the old technologies, they are not be able to control, which were installed about 10 years ago. But now whichever the new plants are being installed, they are very good in controlling the emission norms.
At the time of segregation of the municipal solid waste, because of the single-use plastic, a lot of microplastics doesn't get segregated. How do you remove them? Is it by putting it in water? What is the process?
Basically, we should, first of all, we should avoid the use of plastic that will so that the plastic waste, microplastics are less. Then nowadays in some of the countries, I have seen the washing machines. There is a compulsory requirement of the, if it actually mostly the plastic microplastic comes from the washing of the clothes.
Oh,
Yes, and the clothes which are mostly not only the cotton, but there are mostly the clothes are made up of cotton and some other fibers, also, other nylons and polyester and so many things, which is nothing but plastic only. So the plastic comes into the water from this washing of the clothes. So nowadays, number of countries have made this filter compulsory. If you are using this washing machine, then you have to filter out that plastic there itself, so that it should not find its way into the this water bodies. So there are a number of regulations, not in India, but in some other countries I have seen that.
yeah. So there's a lot of acknowledgement for your webinar from Subhash Tandon, Vasudha Mamiripudi.
Thank you very much.
Vijay Gupta. There are a lot of people. I've just mentioned a few names. There's a question.
Just a minute, I'm having one question.
Chowdhury. Is extraction of precious metal from e-waste economically viable process?
Yes, it is being done by a number of industries in India itself. I can give you the number of industries working in near Gurgaon only who are extracting this, and it is financially viable also. That's why they are running their plant. Otherwise, it would have been closed in 1 year. So there are technologies, and it is financial viable model also.
This is from Usha Lachungpa. What are the negative and toxic gas effects of W2E cement mixing eco-bricks, long-term effects?
Regarding that eco bricks you are taking. Yeah,
Yes.
they're actually, as I said, the plastic is consisting of number of chemicals that we have already discussed. There are chemicals which are used as a flame retardants. There are chemicals which are used as a plasticizers. There are chemicals which are used for durability of the plastic. So these definitely are, some toxic chemicals are there in the plastic. So if it is properly stabilized, suppose you are making eco bricks out of it and you are using cement into it, so you have to stabilize these plastic toxic substances while making the eco bricks, then there will be problem, but problem can be minimized. It cannot be made to zero, but it can be minimized. If you put it into the cement plaster or into the concrete, it will be minimized. That can be done, but it cannot be reduced to zero.
This is again, most products today are usually use and throw. How to encourage more repairable products as well as repair facilities? Is there any tax incentive, GST incentive?
Yes, now this basically, if you make it as a financially viable model now people, cities are coming with this type of models because it is better to use the same product for a longer span of life. Even a number of corporates are coming. I have given the example of the IKEA also. I have given the example of Apple also. So these people are coming up with this business model where everything is being the span of the life. Refurbishing centers are coming, recycling centers are coming, cloths also are being, whatever the second-hand cloths are being again used for a better purpose. They are upgraded and made into something. So new things are definitely coming, and I think it is for the citizens of the country to adopt that type of attitude, to use the repairable, or because the whatever the functionality of that product should not be compromised. That is the thing.
I would like to know, please explain how to manage microplastics and nanoplastic contamination.
I think I have already replied that from
Okay. There's so many acknowledgements out here.
So you can send some questions. If suppose I may not be able to answer each and
Hi,
every over
Hemant.
here, you can send me the
Meanwhile,
questions
can I unmute
on
Mr.
my
Madan
mail,
Raj?
and I will reply it. Every question may take some time, but definitely I'll reply to all the questions.
Yes, yes. Mr. Madhavan Raju, can you come on video and ask your question?
Hi, Machu.
Yeah.
I'm Madan from Kumbakonam. As you said, you are working in the South India. Actually, I'm having two questions. Like, one question is, you said you are working in the Tambaram. I want to know that Tambaram is one of the biggest MLP segregation. How they are disposing? As I know that they are making into a block and they are sending to the boilers kind of things.
At
Is
the
it
moment, that is under planning stage only. Whatever the basic system is simple. Whatever the door-to-door collections they are doing at most of the places, then they have got the transfer stations also, and then from transfer station they are basically, at the moment, they are mostly dumping to the landfill only. So they are, at the moment, they don't have the system. But we have proposed recently, it is not even complete. That planning or the report making is still not final. So we have suggested them to reuse, how to decentralize. We have given them a planning to how to make it a decentralized system, and waste to energy system also we have proposed, and we have proposed the composting, decentralized composting also, and CND waste facility also. So it is in the final stage only. So
okay?
at the moment it is just like another ULB, but in another 10 years or 20 years you will feel the change.
Okay, another one question is, what is the cost for the today that plastic rate in India?
EPR is sold at there are three types of if you see the CPCB portal, the EPR cost is at the range of 1 to 2 rupees per kg. That is being sold in that range. So this is the EPR cost is in that range only 1 rupee kg to maybe 2 rupee kg, depending upon the type of plastic that is, whether it is a rigid plastic or it's a flexible plastic or it's a MLP plastic. But the range is in that range only.
Okay, then another one question is how to approach that if we are collected the plastic by using, we are in a community, like, okay, we are living in one community and we are joining 100 people and collecting one stuff like 1 ton of things, and we are sending 1 ton of waste to the some boilers like of things, and we are disposing that waste. Means how we want to certify that things, like.
Means exactly, so you have collected the plastic and you want to monetize it. That is what
Yeah,
is your question.
yeah,
So
that's I need
definitely
to.
you contact the recyclers. There are thousands, as I said, there are in India, in each state, there are hundreds of recyclers. So you contact with them who is authorized. You give it to them, they will pay you the money. Because you have collected the plastic for them, which is being used. So out of that money which they have got from Parle-G, they will give some part of that money to you. Because you have helped them in collecting the plastic. So you
Okay.
contact the recycler rather.
But when the rag picker associations beat up the aggregators, how do you deal with it?
Basically, all the aggregators are also giving the plastic to the this one. All this plastic waste ultimately goes to recycler only.
Correct.
So aggregators means what exactly I couldn't understand.
We have cases in Hyderabad where an entire community, an apartment community or row house community, where goodie bags or someone is going and collecting all the plastics. The Rag Pickers Association beat them up, don't allow their trucks to go into that premise. So what happens is they discourage segregation. They just want everything to be dumped out, and only they will take and nobody else will take. How does one deal?
That's a definitely
regular occurrence.
local problem. But but actually, if suppose there is a RWA, Resident Welfare Association, then they should have their own actually a person who will collect for that colony, who will collect for that township, and then they will have a direct contact with the authorized recycler. So that type of mechanism, it is up to the RWA to give it to the authorized persons.
It has entered into a contract with the aggregator. Aggregator is coming and collecting, but Rag Pickers Association will say, no, it's only our area, you cannot touch. And
That's again a law and order problem. So I think it has to be dealt in accordingly into the law and order situation only. It's a law and order situation. It's not to deal with the plastic problem. It's a different type of problem. I think we cannot discuss so many things over here.
For a person who wants to transition into circular economy by getting into small scale recycling unit, will there be any mentorship options?
Yeah, there are a number of people who are there. You can take the help from our consultancy firm also. There are a number of options available. Even Government of India is also helping MSME, SIDBI. So many people are there who are helping them. Not a very easy to get the funds also. It's not difficult to get the funds for that. And hand holding also can be done. Proper technical help is also provided. So there are issues, no problems, I think. Very easy to get that.
This is from Shivani Deshmukh. Which bioculture spray is best for windrow composting of legacy waste?
Like this Excel, I have used this bioculture made by the Excel Industries, Pune. So it was worked very nicely. There are some vermicompost also. There are a number of people you can use it actually. You first of all you have to try it based on actually what is the characteristics of your waste. You have to try that waste for a small time. You use it for 1 or 2 days or 7 days, then you will come to know that this is working on that one. And there are a number of vendors who are providing this culture. So you try it for 7 days. If you find it is okay for your characteristics of it, you use that. Otherwise, you change it. There are a lot of options available in the market.
How many times, this is from Dinesh Kumar, how many times a plastic piece can be recycled without losing its originality, like molecular structure and shapes, etc.?
Generally 3-4 times. This 3-4 times the people are using depending upon again the type of plastic, whether it is a rigid, it is a PVC, LDP, but 3-4 times it is being used.
How much
but
percentage?
not more than
How much percentage of plastics in India are actually recycled?
60%, I said.
Madhavan Raju again, could you tell how they are disposing the MLP in Tambaram in Chennai, as you said that you worked there?
You already answered.
Tambaram, it is presently it is mixed with this. They are not actually properly recycling it. At the moment, it is going to the landfill only. Some part of that is being MRF is there, so that is segregated, and then it is sent to the recycler. But uh, not properly done. At the moment, it is not being done properly. There is a plan to do it, but at the moment, needs some review.
This is from Lakshmi Narayan Nagisetti. Plastic pollution can be and should be controlled or minimized. Is it possible, but not in practice? Where is the issue? Policy makers, producers, consumers, monitors. Is it policy makers? Is it producers? Is it consumers? Is it monitors?
Please repeat the questions. That what is the initial question?
Plastic pollution can be and should be controlled or minimized, which we know. There is policy out there also. But it is
can
not
be minimized. It can
possible.
be controlled.
It is
It can be made to zero.
It is not put into practice. So where is the problem? Is it with the policymakers? Is it with the producers? Is it with the consumers? Or is it the monitoring system?
It is with mostly actually as far as the policy is concerned, as I said, Government of India has made a very good policy. There's no point in saying that it is one of the best policies in the world which we have made. But the thing is only the implementation and the citizens, the awareness and the training. The people who are implementing these policies are the ULBs or municipal corporations. They are not properly trained to implement this. Pollution Control Board people are not properly trained to implement these things. So once it is implemented properly, they are trained properly and they take the action actually against the defaulters. Then only this, plus citizens also. Citizens are equally important. So everybody has got its own role to play to make the system a success. You can't blame anybody. There is no point in blaming anybody. Everybody is to be blamed for this rather.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Prashant Suryavamshi. For e-waste required, any certification for treatment for startup company?
Yes, it requires a lot of certification. It requires, if you have to be authorized recycler, you have to take the permission from Pollution Control Board. Central Pollution Control Board portal is there. You have to register on that. You have to take water consent, air consent. All these things are required to it.
Okay. So with this, I think all the questions have been answered. Just one last thing. What is plasma pyrolysis? Could you explain it in detail, please?
In details, actually, it takes a lot of time. Basically, it is converting the plastic waste into some sort of fuel. Basic plastic waste converted into fuel. That is a big, I think I have given that slide was there in my presentation in which plasma pyrolysis is there. I will send you the details, whatever the technology, it cannot be discussed in detail over here. But if you want, I can send you the details of the technology and what are the various equipment and everything, what is the cost, what are the advantages, disadvantages. I will send it to you now.
Okay. So details of the technology, cost of the equipment, and pros and cons.
Yes, I can send it to you. I have covered, I think, in brief in my presentation, but not in details. I will send you the details.
You must have come across various players in the market in the solid waste management. So what direction is it taking? What kind of technology are people using? How much are they actually recycling, or how much percentage of the work is actually being done on a city basis or a town basis?
There are a lot of work has already been started, initiated. The government is very serious about these things, and even Niti Aayog is also very serious about implementing these issues. So a lot of action has been taken in various cities. Only the thing is actually now the funds are also not a problem. I think I have seen that number of wherever there is a requirement of funds, Government of India is providing the funds under various schemes. Swachh Bharat Mission, there is a scheme. Then number of startups are also coming in this area, and privately also there are a number of private players who are taking up this challenge. So there are initiation has already begun for the circular economy. But the awareness and training capacity is still lacking. What I feel, the awareness is not there among the citizens that circular economy, you have to train the people. You have to conduct this type of seminars which you have conducted so that the people know There are models which are financially, I have given you 3-4 models of circular economy. There is a possibility everywhere. In each every corporate can use it, each and every industry can use that model. So that proper training, capacity building, and awareness, that is more important rather than funding. Funding is not an issue into nowadays. Green bonds are available, CSR funds are available, ESG compliances are there. So ESG funds are made available by the corporates. Government has also got not a problem for any this type of. World Bank is also providing, ADB is also providing. We are doing number of projects for World Bank, ADB, KfW. Banks are there. So that is not a problem. Only the implementation issue is there, and proper capacity building and awareness generation. That is what is my opinion.
Okay. With this, thank you so much. Thank you to you,
Thank
Mr. Himanshu
Thank you very much. It
Kilmankar.
was a pleasure. And I would like to congratulate Vishwa team and everybody that they are doing a great job for making the people aware and for the social cause, for the cause of the environment. So congratulations to you also.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good seminar.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
See, when you don't put your name and you put it as user, it gets lost. Please put your name and your question properly so that we can answer it. Don't be anonymous. Yes, with this. Thank you, everybody. With this, we close the session.
Sir, I'll
Thank
request you to join this breakout room link that you will see on your screen shortly.
Okay.
Rakesh, kindly share the link. And for everyone else, if any of you all have missed any part of the session, I'm sharing the YouTube live recording link in the chat box right now. You can share it with ones who will find it useful. And thank you to everyone who's here with us till now. I hope to see you next week.